WSAZ News Channel 3, 6 o'clock.
The spending of the Wayne County assessor under the microscope tonight. What police say he was using the county credit card for to make purchases. Plus, one local fair looking to make some changes as far as their location is concerned. But to do that, well, that's going to take some money. A look at how much it could cost taxpayers next. Good evening. I'm Tim here in Huntington. First tonight, breaking news in Kanawha County. Sheriff's deputies on the scene of a shooting and stabbing in Rand, West Virginia. News Channel 3's Michael Klaus joins us now live with the latest on what happened.
Tim, at this point, we know that 2 men are in the hospital following this incident that happened on Raven Drive here in Rand. You can see, if I turn to my side, there is a sheriff's vehicle here. We're in the 5600 block of Raven Drive. At this point, we really only know that 1 man was shot and another man was stabbed, and the incidents are related. Now, hearing a lot from neighbors about one stabbed the other, one shot the other, all of that unconfirmed. We heard even from dispatch on the scanner that the shooting happened. The guy was shot in the upper left thigh. I asked about that. They're not yet sure. We don't know exactly the severities of the injuries either. The Sheriff's Department says that they really are investigating this. They're not sure the background of it. A lot of talk from neighbors who didn't even hear the gunshot, so they don't know how many exactly happened. At this point, that investigation is underway. We're very early in that investigation. 2 people in the hospital. We'll try to get to their conditions and the latest behind this incident coming up as soon as we can.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Michael. We'll continue to bring you updates, too, on the breaking news WSAZ mobile app and also right here, of course, on the air. And also breaking, police respond to a near drowning in Huntington. HPD says a 1-year-old boy was found unresponsive in his family pool on West 7th Street. Emergency dispatcher spoke with the parents through CPR over the phone, and they were able to save the boy. It happened just within the last half hour. We're just getting this information in right now into the newsroom. The paramedics evaluated a young boy at the scene, but we are told that it looks like that the parents did the job, and it looks like the boy is going to be okay. We are following a developing story in Tennessee, and that's where a police officer is being credited with saving lives after engaging an armed man who opened fire in a movie theater outside of Nashville. News Channel 3's Brittany Hoke has the latest on his heroic actions, and once again, unfortunately, we're talking about a shooting inside a movie theater.
Another movie theater, right, Tim? Police say that a man wielding a gun and even a hatchet entered the Hickory 8 movie theater in Antioch during an afternoon showing of Mad Max. Now, he then started spraying large amounts of pepper spray inside the theater. The gunman fired on one of the first officers who arrived on scene before SWAT teams then moved in. After a short exchange with the officer, the suspect was killed as he tried to leave through a back door of the theater. One person was taken to the hospital with a cut to his shoulder from that hatchet. 2 others were treated for exposure to the pepper spray.
The gunman apparently unleashed this pepper spray throughout the theater. As additional officers, the SWAT team entered that theater, it was very thick with chemical spray, with irritant.
It was very scary. A lot of police running when the arm out.
You can imagine the fear with all of those previous shootings happening. Now, the suspect carried in 2 backpacks along with the weapons. Investigators are working now to determine, Tim, if those backpacks do contain any explosives.
All right, thanks, Brittany. And Metro Nashville police say the suspect has tentatively been identified as a 51-year-old man who was from the area. Name has not been released. Again, that man was killed as he tried to make his way out the back door of those theaters. The assessor in Wayne County is out of jail on bond after he was arrested for making unauthorized personal purchases with his county credit card, according to the police report. Eric Hodges was arrested yesterday. News Channel 3's Dan Griffin is our Huntington newsroom, and he has been looking into what investigators say Hodges was doing while he was out of town.
Yeah, Tim, investigators say Hodges spent close to $5,700 on his P card, a county credit card. According to court documents, Hodges charged hardware items, tools, and rifle and gun and ammo. While in Webster County, July 9th through July 14th, state police say the charges were not related to any official business. One commissioner in Wayne County told us Hodges never used the card before now and said that he told them he planned to pay the charges back. Now, there's a special prosecutor appointed in the case, Mark Sorcea, the prosecutor in Putnam County. He tells me there's also reason to believe the activity may have happened in at least one other county, and Hodges may have also been driving a county vehicle. Now the question turns to how this case could affect Hodges' office and the county.
There's a host of things that need to be looked at, and with how the criminal complaint could affect the operations of the assessor's office, because he's still an elected official. So there's a lot of things that are going to have to be looked at here.
Yeah, now the prosecutor says this is considered a state investigation at this point, being led by West Virginia State Police in several counties. He also says he's contacted the state auditor about the case. And Tim, we've reached out to Eric Hodges for his side of the story, but haven't been able to get in touch. Of course, we'll keep trying.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dan. And the special prosecutor says that it was protocol to be selected in this case because the case involved a county official. It's just what they do. A teenager is charged with terroristic threatening after police say a threat was posted on Twitter about a local school. Ashland police say the threat towards Boyd County High School was made online yesterday. That teen was arrested, and then school went on as normal today. Because the teen is under 18, police are not releasing a name. An arrest tonight in the stabbing of a mentally challenged man in Ashland. 25-year-old Michael Davis was arrested for that stabbing on July 15th outside the Bluegrass Inn. Ashland police say they've also recovered the knife they believe was used in the attack. Surveillance video caught the attack, showing the suspect coming out from behind a dumpster and stabbing the man. Davis is being held at the Boyd County Detention Center tonight. New tonight, with Gallia County's Junior Fair underway, organizers are now asking neighbors to help fund a relocation plan for next year's fair. News Channel 3's Nathan Takich spoke with event organizers today, and Nathan, they say that moving uphill is really a necessity to avoid the dangers of floodwaters.
And Tim, you really don't need to look any further than the floods we saw in our region in just the past month to know that keeping the fair in a floodplain is a bad idea. At least that's what officials tell us. Now, fair officials also say the county commission has approved a tax levy of 0.25% to go on November's election ballot. Officials say the money from that tax would help relocate the fairgrounds to a much safer location. They say they need over $9 million to finance the move, but organizers say it would only cost the average family about $25 per year over the course of 20 years. Officials say a relocation would also mean the funding of construction of new commercial building after a fire destroyed the old one. Organizers say if approved, the fairground buildings would be available for public use and help Gallia County grow.
We don't want to spend that money just to go back there and have a fair, because that's a lot of money just to go back there and use it for 1 week out of the year and 7 or 8 weekends for flea markets. We want to create something that will hopefully bring other things into Gallia County and help Gallia County grow and prosper.
The potential levy still needs approval from the County Board of Elections before it goes to the state for final approval. Tim, fair organizers say if the voters reject the ballot, they're actually uncertain that the fair will even be allowed to continue.
All right, thanks, Nathan. If the vote is approved to be on the ballot, folks in Gallia County will be able to vote on the issue in this November's election. Lewis County School Board approves a new tax to help build a new elementary school. Last night, the board approved a nickel tax. It would add up to an additional $50 for every $100,000 of property owned. The tax is expected to bring in close to $300,000 for the district each year. School leaders say it will be used to renovate existing facilities and construct a new central elementary school. If there are no petitions against the tax, it will not have to be placed on the ballot even for the upcoming election. A controversial statue at the Kentucky State Capitol won't be going anywhere now. Today, the state's Historic Commission voted 7-2 to keep the statue of the Confederate President Jefferson Davis at the Capitol Rotunda. The statue came under some criticism following that racially motivated shooting at a South Carolina church in June. The shootings prompted many southern states to re-examine all of their Confederate symbols. Governor Beshear issued a statement after today's decision saying, quote, after reviewing all the information, the consensus it reached is that the Jefferson Davis statue represented a part of state history and will remain in the Capitol. However, the panel voted to establish a committee that would determine ways to ensure the statues, including Jefferson Davis, are displayed in the appropriate historical context. Up next at 6 o'clock, a popular pool in Boyd County could be on the chopping block. A look at the expensive repairs the board says are needed to keep it open.
And some professional baseball tonight over at Appy Power Park. Keith tells me the Power first place here in the second half. Our weather cam looking north. through Kanawha County, where there's some milky clouds on the horizon. That promises a fiery sunset and some rain due in tomorrow. We'll come back and talk about the forecast here on News Channel 3 at 6.
First warning weather.
On this Wednesday evening, just past 6:12, take a look at our Point Pleasant, West Virginia weather cam, and you can see the clouds are getting a little thicker on the southern horizon, a sure sign that a weather system's heading our way. Fortunately, the rain and thunderstorms will not be reaching the Gallia County Junior Fairgrounds to the right of the screen in time for the Maddie and Tay country music concert tonight. So we're in good shape at the county fair, though rain could approach by midnight. Here we are this evening, 80s. Fair at the Fair, Wayne County Fair, Camden Park, Gallia County Fair across from Holzer Medical Center, Work County Fair up in Elizabeth. Now, after 9 o'clock in southeast Kentucky, a shower or thunder shower can come in. And overnight, many areas will get a shower or a downpour. And then tomorrow, waves of rain and local thunderstorms will be passing through, and pockets of high water are likely tomorrow with the high humidity, and daytime temperatures will be held in the 80s. It can rain at any time tomorrow. I suspect, though, there'll be half and half. Half the time it'll be raining tomorrow, half it won't. The comfortable air is being pushed to the north now, and so southerly winds are pushing the higher humidity into the region, and temperatures in the 80s, though feeling nice now with a nice breeze outside from 85 Charleston, also over to Mount Home Place in Paintsville, and 84 at Tracy Park in Portsmouth, now being spiced with an increase in humidity. And usually when the humidity increases, we watch showers and thunderstorms form, and we can see those on Doppler radar crossing through and along I-75, the bluegrass of Kentucky, the horse farms. And you can see the showers and thunderstorms are quickly moving into the Daniel Boone. They time to the Pikeville, Big Sandy area between 8 and 9, and holding together in weakened form northern Kentucky between 9 and 10 o'clock. The first round of showers and thunder showers will be coming. And as low pressure passes along the Ohio River and into Virginia tomorrow, it will lay down a swath of 1 to 3 inches of rain. Now in southeastern Kentucky, your ground is relatively wetter, so 1 to 3 inches of rain could cause some more high water problems. Right now, the suspicion is the area along I-64 is sufficiently dry enough to be able to handle the rain that falls. But let me stress, there's still the opportunity for areas that get close to 3 inches of rain for some local high water. Let me go back to the map and show you that basically from Columbus to Pittsburgh north to Cleveland, probably not going to see any rain over the next 24 to 36 hours. It's basically in our neck of the woods where a flash flood watch is in effect for tonight into tomorrow for southeastern Kentucky. And again, the strictest definition, the watch does not end at the county line. So any area that gets a couple or 3 inches of rain late tonight and tomorrow would be fair game for some local high water. Forecast tonight here this evening, I'm calling for the opportunity for some showers and thunder showers to hold off until late tonight. It's fair at the fair. Chance of a shower, thunder shower this evening in southeastern Kentucky. Then overnight, warm and humid with showers and thunder showers in the 60s. Tomorrow, waves of rain and local high water. And naturally, with thunderstorms, there'll be some power hits in the upper 70s. The rains will move away early on Friday, and it's mostly cloudy during the day in the 70s. We'll be in the 80s with hot sunshine heading into the weekend. One more look at the Doppler radar and the flood threat when I come back at the end of the half hour, Tim.
All right, thanks, Tony. West Virginia drivers worried about the condition of the roads they travel on now have a new place to vent their frustrations after a state senator launched a new website aimed at collecting a database of roads in need of repair. News Channel 3's Matt Heckel spoke with Senator Daniel Hall today. And Matt, he says the feedback he's received already is overwhelming.
Yeah, well, that website was launched late last week, and in just a matter of days, several hundred road suggestions have poured in from all over the state. Senator Daniel Hall says complaints about road conditions are nothing new to him.
It's always been my #1 issue as far as complaints go, ever since I've been in office, but it's gotten increasingly worse.
Which is why last week the senator launched the website FixTheRoadsWV.com. His original intention was to collect suggestions for roads that need fix from residents of his district, including Wyoming, Raleigh, and McDowell counties. But just days after the site went live, his plans were forced to change.
But now it's just taken off, and I'm getting emails from all over the state now, but I had several hundred already.
We think it's a fine idea, and we're appreciative of Senator Hall for that idea.
Brent Webster with the West Virginia Department of Highways says they're always welcome to suggestions, but Senator Hall's site is nothing new.
There are plenty of ways for the traveling public to get in touch with us, and we hear from them quite often.
Possibly might work, you don't never know.
Ted Hale has lived in the Mountain State practically his entire life.
Yeah, I think they're deplorable.
So bad, Senator Hall says this site is only a start, and he wants to see the DOH get some additional help.
I just think it's not so bad. I think we're really going to have to bring in some outside contractors, bring in private industry.
And Senator Hall said he originally planned to present those road suggestions to the DOH about once a month. However, because of just the large volume of suggestions that website has received, he said he's now going to have to do those presentations more often.
All right, Matt. And Senator Hall plans to present the first batch to the DOH as early as next week. And now to a situation that is causing some controversy, especially among parents. A school swimming pool in Ashland on the chopping block. Several schools use that facility at Paul Blazer High School. Well, the coaches and parents say they were shocked when they discovered the agenda for the Ashland School Board special meeting today had an idea saying that the indoor pool could be so-called repurposed. News Channel 3's Caitlin LeBeau was at that meeting today. And Caitlin, this is something the parents say they will not only take away something that gives character for their kids and lets them have fun, but it also could impact their scholarships.
Absolutely, Tim. And today the Ashland School Board decided not to take any final action, leaving the pool just as it is for now at the high school. But the board was discussing the costs of updating and renovating the pool versus just getting rid of it altogether. Multiple school districts use the facility, of course Blazer and then Russell and Boyd schools. So if this pool is gone, parents and coaches say there isn't really a nearby alternative. A coach at the YMCA says their facility already has limited space and time for swimmers, leaving these students possibly with nowhere to go. So coaches say nowhere to practice means no competitions, threatening scholarships for students and the existence of this sport altogether in the area.
How would people feel if they were talking about taking the football field away or the basketball court away? Like, they don't realize that our sport's just as important as their sport is to them.
My concern is that the sport of swimming would eventually go away in this area. If you don't have a pool to swim in, you're not going to be able to swim. You need pool time to practice. You can work out all you want in a gym, you can run, you can do all those things, but if you don't get in the pool, you just can't do it.
I'm told anywhere from 40 to 50 kids use the Blazer pool every day, and the board didn't make any final decisions this morning, but they're continuing to look into what's best still for the students in the facility. Tim?
All right, Caitlin, and the coaches say while there are some needed renovations, the facility is safe for students to use, so it looks like, as we said, for now, it's going to continue. Up next, a history-making opener for Marshall and a new man in charge at Fairland. Recognize this guy? Keith's up next. Keith is into Czech sports, and football is in the blood. You play it, and then oftentimes it leads to a coaching job.
Yeah, and for this coach at Fairland, he can sit on top of the 31st Street Bridge and see where he played college football. That's true. If that gives you a little hint. The new head coach at Fairland is very familiar with the color scheme of the Dragons. Played his college ball just across the river, and he knows how to win championships. Former Marshall All-American Melvin Cunningham back in the region, assuming the duties at Fairland. The Dragons have seen the good and bad the last couple of years, making the playoffs 2 years ago, but going 2-8 last season. Cunningham will mix it up out on the practice field, and he said the kids are responding well because he's been there before.
I was blessed. I mean, that's something that no one will ever take from me. I had the opportunity to play college football and learn a lot from a lot of different people, a lot of different great coaches, and Coach Don and Coach Pruitt, you know, even after that aspect. And, you know, so these kids understand, and we preach it all the time, you know, you can't be too foolish not to take direction from somewhere being where you're trying to go.
And we'll likely see Melvin Cunningham in the crowd Sunday, September 6th at Edwards Stadium as the Herd opens its 2015 season against Purdue. It'll be the first time ever Marshall has hosted a team from the Big Ten. Doc Holliday says it's a chance for the Herd to grab some spotlight.
We've got opportunity to showcase our school and our university and our community on a national stage when nobody else is on a Sunday, and so it's a great opportunity for us, for our players, for our coaches, for our fan base to show up and show the entire country what our program's all about.
With Skylar Howard in the driver's seat for the Mountaineers offense, it'll give West Virginia a different dynamic behind center that they haven't had lately, a quarterback who can run a little bit. Certainly that should keep defenses honest.
When you have a person like that, the vibe's just contagious. I feel like, you know,
it's changed. We were more air raid my freshman year. This year, we started running the ball more and stuff. But having the ability to run and pass makes it hard for defense. They can't just rely on you just throwing the ball every single play.
Hey, did you catch the Reds beating the Cardinals last night? This is the unsung play of the game. Billy Hamilton going back on Jason Hayward's fly ball. That is a fantastic grab. Every outfielder knows the toughest ones are the ones that come right at you, and Hamilton, using his athleticism, making an amazing catch. And don't forget the Power and Greenville finish up their series tonight. Appalachian Power Park, 7:05. Whoever wins, Tim, or rather, yeah, you're right. That's right, Tim.
Yeah.
Gets a split, right?
Yeah,
wins the series.
Amanda's not there, right? She's there, but we're having a little technical problem, so we...
It's odd to see you twice.
I know.
It's fun, though.
Yeah, it's always fun. Hey, we're going to be right back. Stick around.
So clouds are increasing on satellite imagery. That's those white smears you see moving toward us. But the greens, the reds, and the yellows are the rains, and they're still safely away from the county fairs in Wirt, Wayne, and Gallia. So we should have a nice night on the county fair circuit. The showers and thunder showers to arrive in the Big Sandy Valley as we get to 8 to 9 o'clock. And if they hold together northern Kentucky from Louisa over toward Maysville toward 9 and 10 o'clock, most of us wait till long after the fairs are done. Now, there is a flood watch in effect tonight and tomorrow down through southeastern Kentucky. And let's keep a close eye to see if maybe some high water gets outside of that green area that I just showed you. So the tropical sky will lead to a hazy twilight. Should be a nice sunset, though faded. Showers arriving in the Big Sandy after 9 o'clock. And overnight and tomorrow, waves of showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast. We're likely to see some street flooding in the heavier downpours. And any area that gets multiple downpours and thunderstorms will be a fair candidate for some local high water on streams. And we'll keep you posted with updates tonight at 10 and 11.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Tony. And thank you for watching. NBC Nightly News is up next, and we'll see you tonight at 10 and 11. Have a great night.